So, welcome back everybody. Today, I'm going to work on, this will be part of a video where we're doing the 10K service on Annette's, Lilo, Annette's 2019 Street Bob. Also happens to need new tires, so, got on this jack here right now that I need you guys to just hear more. And today, we're going to work on removing the tires. So, I'm not a huge fan of this jack. As you can see, as much as it's leveling, a little sketch. So yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna kind of show you guys. You know, this isn't gonna be the best tutorial style video, I will say. But I'll try my best to show you guys everything. So yeah, we're gonna start with removing these tires because we got some new ones. We're gonna take them. Waiting for us at cycle gear, so we're gonna take them over there, have them mount and balance them, and yep. So tires, they don't look bad. They got a little bit, like the rear one definitely needs replaced more than the front, but they're 5 years old, so they're old tires and need replaced. So I say so a lot, don't I? Jesus. So yeah, work on that today. Alright, so I'm gonna start with the front first. So for the front tire, front tire, what we're gonna have to do is remove the brake caliper, and then there's a axle hold nut, an axle nut, or yeah, can't talk today. A bolt that holds the axle in place so it doesn't turn out on this other side. I'll show you guys here in a little bit. But yeah, so we'll start with the caliper. Remember, those are 13mm 12 points. They are 12 points, so make sure you use 12 points. Don't try to use 6 because you will strip it out and make your life even worse a little bit later on. So let's get started with that and go from there. Okay, I was wrong. They're not 13s, they're 10. It's a 10mm socket, or so. Go ahead. Broke loose. I do got power tools, so I will use them. I just like to break stuff by hand first. Maybe I won't. Hold on. What was it? These are the stock original tires and got just over 10,000 miles on them. So pretty good for stock tires. I didn't get any, I don't remember getting that many out of mine. Original set on mine, so. Now be careful with the wheel speed sensor wire. Set this off to the side here. Just slide these bolts back into there. This is your wheel speed sensor wire. Do not rip it off. You cannot remove the wheel speed sensor until you take the axle out. So just be careful with that. Alright, so. Alright, there is the pinch bolt I was telling you guys about earlier that I got removed to get the axle out. It is a 6mm hex head. Yes, it's metric on a Harley. Get over it. Deal with it. So, yep, we'll get that out next, and then should be able to get this axle out. Piece of garbage. Oh wow. Uh-oh. Well, we're gonna have to wait a couple days because I got a day or two until I can get a hex key for the front. So we're gonna stop on the front and go to the rear. So if you have a stock exhaust or just slip on, or pretty much a stock exhaust header, you have to remove at least the top muffler, if not both. So I'm getting ready to go ahead and get that done. Because, yeah, I can show you here. No, yeah, you gotta get back there for the axle. There's probably a way you could do it without pulling it, but I have found it to be just easier to just pull the mufflers and get them out of your way. So we're gonna work on that next. Which, that's just the 2 clamps for the mufflers, and then the 2 muffler clamps, and then the mount bolt. So, mount bolts. And I'll go ahead and remove both mufflers just to make life a little easier. Get things out of the way, because the way this top one is, yeah, probably should put it at the top. Oh well, I did it. So, these little
And this is clamp. That's 737.
I just had all this off not too long ago. Sometimes these clamps could be rusted, so might have to spray the WD-40 or PB blaster on them. Okay. That was pull that right off. Okay, there's two bolts there. I'll try to show you guys. Bolt right there, and then another one right underneath there. Those are for your mounting bracket. Pull those out, and then now I can loosen up the top one, and then you can just pull the whole thing off. It's kind of nice. So we'll work on that next. Those are 5/16 bolts, so let's see if I can read them loose by hand. Oh yeah, no. Gotta get my gotta go get a socket. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So I was gonna use power tools. Alright, muffler is off. Mufflers are off. So, and as you can see now, got wide open view to your rear tire, rear wheel. So, it's funny, on the front they use 12 points for the brake caliper, and then on the rear they use 6 points. Gotta love engineers. So, like I said, you don't once again, you gotta remove the brake caliper, and then we'll loosen up these rear axle pinch bolts, and then the C clamp that holds the whole bike together, the whole rear of the bike together. So, yeah, you can kind of see it there. I know there's not great lighting. So there's your the axle pinch bolt, and then we take that we'll take that C clamp off, but first we're going to do the brake caliper. So get the right socket for those. I'll be right back. So these are 12s, 12mm. As you can see, right there, 12. Yeah, Okay, and this is a good time to go ahead and inspect your brake pads, make sure they're good, which these obviously have plenty of life. So, don't hurt to, since you're here. And if you need to replace them, go ahead and swap them out. Grab a bungee cord, throw the brake caliper up. Oh, shit. That didn't work. That was a good time. There we go. Alright. So, and this. Okay, so. And this is pretty easy. You can actually even use a T-handle to, or flathead, you know, whatever you got. Flathead works a little easier, but this one's right here, so. Get a little C-clip. Literally, make sure your rear axle does not back off and fall off while you're driving. So. Alright, so I will say, one of these little trays is nice. They're rubber. They don't slide around. And it's nice because you can throw your parts in there. Spots for your sockets and stuff, such. So you know exactly what you need for later. It's a great thing, especially if you're going to be having this thing apart for a couple of days. Help keep it a little more organized. Make sure you don't lose nothing. Alright, so that's a big nut, obviously. So we need to leak those loose, which is probably a 10mm 12 point. And earlier there was one of those on each side. Yeah. And those trays are at my Harbor Freight if you're interested. Or you can find it on Amazon. Yeah. Don't take much. Back it out. And there's another one on the other side. Okay. Alright, that's it for everything over here. Alright. Next, we got the axle bolt. Which, for the rear axle, you're going to need a socket wrench, and which seems like 1 1/8 and a 36 is what fits. So, alright. Break it loose. I think I'm gonna have to pull out the breaker bar. Good lordy. Yeah, let me go grab the breaker bar. Which, if you're wondering how big it is, yeah, just a little length. That off. There's a nut washer. Alright, now okay, so what you want to do is kind of push the tire forward so you can get the belt off. Ow. Now you got pushed forward. I should kind of, I might have to lift up these pinch bolts. If you can't get it off, lift up the pinch bolts some more. That way you can try to push it forward more. And then you can just work it around. So I'm going to drop the lift down a little bit so there's not tension on that, on this axle. And we should be able to slide it right out. So yeah, as you can see, like I said, tread's not terrible on these. There's still some life. Doesn't hurt. This is also a good thing to do every once in a while. Oh no, is that it? Oh, well, it's a good thing we're replacing these. There's a nail there. Yeah, it's a good thing we're replacing these. And the book came back up. Let's turn that. Well, all right. Well, that's a good thing. All right, so I'll come back when I'm getting the tire off. Now to get the axle out, you don't want to use a rubber mallet or hammer like with the a hammer with like a rubber end. A straight up rubber mallet works, or if you don't have this and you have a hammer and a piece of wood, do that. Just put the piece of wood there. That way you don't mar up the axle. Now you're gonna want to watch the spacers. Here's the wheel speed sensor. You will get NICs all over your hand. Unless you use gloves. I'm not one of those people. Okay. There's the axle. And here's those spacers. Just remember which side these came on. Oh, these were on. There's one on both sides. Like for most of these, your pulley will have the bigger one, and then your smaller spacer will go on the side of the brake. Yeah. And then, oh shit, I'm an idiot. I took that up on the wrong side. Okay. Alright, now I gotta lift it up and get that tire out. Alright, there's the tire. And that's what a naked Harley Davidson looks like without a rear end, a rear tire. Okay. Like I said, this tire's got a little bit more life left, but with the age of it, and now that I found that nail, makes me glad that we're replacing this. So we'll catch you guys. I'll come back in a day or two when I get that socket, so I can take the front tire off. And yeah, I'll get the socket to do that front tire. And then we'll take it to cycle gear and get them swapped out. So, alright everybody, we're back today. So this is the tool that I had to pick up, or I had ordered off Amazon. It's like 10 bucks for this cheap version. And it has different hex sizes for the axle nuts. So we need the 19. I cut my finger earlier, don't ask. So, yeah, we needed the 19. This does all the way up to 24. So if you have a few different bikes, you might want to check this out. Like I said, it was like 10 bucks. So let's get this axle out. Oh, first, let me take that pinch pull out. Hope I got this on loosening. So yeah. Okay. Drop that down a little bit. So you can see my wheel a little bit better. Yep. It was a little tight, but alrighty. Once again, for the front side as the rear, watch your spacers. Make sure you know what comes out where. Okay. Like this goes on the non-brake side. Alright. And then the other spacer on the other side was the wheel speed sensor. Cool. Well, now that's all off. Can take it to Cycle Gear and get them swapped out. So we'll come back after we get that done.